Welcome again, everyone, to Jets Fan Views. I am your host, Truth. Another episode today, we're going to be discussing Jamal Adams and all the stuff that comes with that. I want to come at it from a different point of view. I know a lot of fans, sometimes we get stuck and we want the player to play for what we want them to play, and you're selfish and you're this and you're that. So I want to come at it from a different perspective. I want to talk about it from the, yes, owner's perspective, but I also want everyone to understand it from the players under situation. Also because this is a business. It's not just a business for the owners. It's also a business from the players. So we're talking about, not really going to get into the reason why we got here. Everyone knows you've been on a rock, a hard place. Hasn't been really too many things going on as far as sports. So everyone knows what's going on now with Jamal Adams and the New York Jets and how we got here. So let's bring up the man of the hour. Jamal Adams is the best safety in football. Yes, I am a Jet fan, and oh, you're just saying that because you're a Jet fan. No. Plain and simple, there is no arguably. This is the best safety in football. Reason why? Greg Williams. You finally had a defensive coordinator that can bring out the best in every single player at every single position. That's what Greg Williams has done. He has opened up this man's talent in a different way that we have seen in the prior 2 years. Not saying he never had this talent, not saying that the talent wasn't there, but you finally had a coach that knew how to properly utilize his talent. So, yes, I believe Jamal Adams is the best safety in football. So let's get right into it. So, what has Jamal Adams accomplished so far? Should have made a Pro Bowl his first year. Promise he'll never miss another one. So he's a two-time Pro Bowler, one All-Team Pro, second-team Pro, rookie All-Team. All the accomplishments, are right there. This guy is a baller. This guy has started off from day one and been a phenomenal, great player. He didn't have to grow into his position. He didn't have to wait 2 or 3 years. This man was a beast straight off the bat. Okay, so when I said I wanted to talk about it from the player's perspective, now, Jamal Adams wants to get paid now. He's completed 3 years. He's going into the 4th year of his 5-year contract from his rookie deal. So he wants to get paid now. Now, you have a lot of people saying that, obviously, because of Christian McCaffrey, he got paid. A couple other players got paid. How often does organizations pay players after their 3rd year? Doesn't happen often. Does not happen often. It's only happened a handful of times, and I'm only thinking about 3 to 5 times this has actually happened. So it's not like this is something that every organization is just handing candy out, and they don't want Jamal Adams to catch a sweet tooth, so they don't want to give him any candy. Does he deserve a new contract? Absolutely. Why? When you have these players who get drafted, get these big bucks, especially back in the days, and they don't perform, they get released. And there's no guarantee of the money. They could sign for 5 years, $700 million. The only thing guaranteed is their actual signing bonus. Guaranteed money. So everything else you have to play every single year to try to accomplish or get that money together. So this man wants to get paid now. Does he deserve it? Absolutely. Let's look at it from a business standpoint, we said we're going to do today. So, on average, an average NFL career is 3.3 years. Again, Jamal Adams was signed 5-year deal. All first rounders get 5-year deals with 2 additional options of franchise tagging. So technically, this player is on that team arguably 7 years, but yet the NFL career is only 3.3 years. Doesn't sound fair at all, does it? Let's take it even further. So, NFL player comes into the league, especially first round, they get millions of dollars. Second round, good money, so forth, so forth. Down the line. So, 3 years, what does the pension look like? How much money are these players going to get? Now, mind you, NFL players come into their careers 21, 22, 23, 24. These are young guys. So if you come to the league at 22, 23 years old, you had a 3-year career, you're 25 years old. You're still young. What are you going to do for the rest of your career? What are you going to do for the rest of your career? So, NFL pitching, all right? After 3 years, they're qualified for NFL pension, which starts at about $21,000 per month, annual checks. Let's take it even further. So, here we have an average career lasting 3 years, okay? Now, here it says a player within a minimum of 3 years played will receive an annual check of $21,360. On an average, retired player receives an annual pension check of about $43,000. Let's keep it going. So, we have here, starting in the 90s and 80s, obviously it's a little different now, but I just want to give you guys a little ballpark of how much these NFL players are actually making after they've established their NFL career. So, when you work a job, you create your legacy around what you make. Now, you're not supposed to do it with overtime and this and that. Straight 40-hour check. This is the money you are set to live off of. So you go from making millions of dollars to getting this per month, per year, which isn't even a fraction of what these guys were making when they were actually playing. So, is he justified in wanting to get paid now? Absolutely. This is a business. This man is trying to protect his career and his family. He is young, and he should not have to go broke after leaving the NFL. He's a very intelligent man. His father was in the NFL. He's in the NFL, surrounded himself with the right amount of people. So this is one of the few people in the NFL would actually take care of their money. But again, we're looking from a player being signed, getting signed, playing in the NFL, and then eventually having to leave the NFL, whether you're not a good enough player, you get hurt, you go from making millions to pennies. How are you supposed to continue to support your family? Just put it out there. So, Jamal Adams' contract. Okay? Jamal Adams was drafted in the 2017 draft. His contract was fully guaranteed $22.5 million. With a signing bonus of 14 and change, obviously taxes and everything, you bring home about $7 million. So, that is a pretty decent contract. 4 years, 22.5, well, not 22.5, but $22.25 million. Fully guaranteed. So, for the first 5 years, 4 to 5 years, because they pick up your 5th year option, you get a couple more dollars. So, for 4 years, that is a pretty decent, fully guaranteed money there. But the man has outplayed his contract. He has. Hands down. Hands down. Let's keep it going. We don't have much time. Okay, so we look at how much money he's made right now. Okay, so these are the top 10 safeties as of going into the 2020 season. Now, we see the top player, Jackson, out of the Bears, is making $14.6 million. Safety out of Joyner, out of the Raiders, at number 10, is making $10.5 million going into this year. So, where does Jamal Adams fit into this scenario? Okay, so here is the Jets' overall salary cap starting this year. Now, it's not an exact amount. I understand what Joe Douglas is doing. You want to open up camp. You want to see what players are still balling out. And Mr. Avery might be a casualty. Winners on the offensive line might be a casualty, along with a couple other players. So obviously this number will change. It will be different. But going into 2021, got to think about Sam Darnold, people, going into 2022. So as of right now, these are the projected numbers, which obviously are going to be higher this year, starting this year. In addition to next year, we all know Bell will not be on the team starting 2021. Being the age he will be and the amount of money he will be bringing in, they're not going to go with that. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to show. So yes, we do have enough money to give Jamal Adams his money now. We do. Now, the only thing that's stopping us, again, we're not sure if there will be fans in the stands this upcoming NFL season. Not having fans in the stands would cost the owners about $3 billion. So you do have some organizations that are willing to chance it, and obviously you have some that are not willing to chance not being able to have fans in the stands to generate all those pizzas and hot dogs and chips and beer. $3 billion the NFL will lose by not being able to have fans in the seats. So obviously the New York Jets are part of those majority that may not want to give that man his money and not be able to properly recoup the funds as of right now. So Jamal Adams is the 25th highest paid safety in the NFL right now. So yes, he deserves to get his money. He's earned it. He's outplayed his contract, and he finally has a coach and Greg Williams that knows how to properly utilize his talent with the sacks, put him in coverage, coming up to stop the run. This man is a phenomenal player. Now, let's talk about it from the owner's perspective. You signed a contract. All your money is guaranteed. If your contract is fully guaranteed and you did not work out, there's nothing the owners could have done to change that contract. They would not have been able to go back to you and recoup any kinds of funds. You signed that contract. So, NFL, from the owner's perspective, Mr. Jamal Adams, you signed a contract. The ownership expects you to honor your contract. Are you underpaid? Yes, you are. We have established that. Is the organization obligated to give you more money? Absolutely not. Not much change has happened. This is a business. These guys pretty much always come out on top. Now, will you get paid next year? I'm almost 100% sure they would definitely pay you next year. We'll blow Jackson's contract out of the water because you deserve it. But again, I understand you want your money now. Now you want to be traded. As an organization, I have to do what's best for my team. And what's best for my team is not to trade you. But if the way things are going now continues and the Jets' back gets pushed against the wall, there's only one team I'm sending to you to. One team. Not the Cowboys. The Cowboys ruined that by leaking that. The Cowboys can offer the Jets 1,700,000 first-round picks, and it won't happen. There's only one team we could trade you to where we could get equal value back that would help our team out right away. And everyone knows that's the Jacksonville Jaguars. Yannickin is a young beast. He's already said he will not play for the Jaguars anymore. You have already said you will not play for the Jets anymore. You have given us a list of teams that you want to get traded to. Doesn't always work like that, sir. Does not always work like that. Now, you also said if you get traded to a team of your liking, you will not ask for a contract extension this year, but next year you would definitely want your money. You won't do that for us, but you'll do that for another organization. Totally understandable. Business is business. So, business being business, this is where we're going to send you. To get back a player that will affect our team right away, that will make our team feared right away. Now, do I think you want to go to the Jaguars? Absolutely not. But from a business standpoint, team standpoint, this is where you're going. So, Mr. Jamal Adams, I do not want to see you go, but I understand at the end of the day, this is a business. You feel you're doing the best for you and your family, and the organization has to do the best for them. They have you for this year under contract. They have you for your fifth-year option under contract. And the way the CBA is written out, they can have you for 2 more franchise tag years. So, the New York Jets still have you under contract for 4 more years, sir.